Recently, I have an idea of channeling some tips to recover from grief or healing from breakup from spirit guides. I don't know how it's going to unfold, but I'm gonna give it a try. Hmm. I would say I would say that tune into our ancestor, um, pray for our loved ones. That is what I'm picking up. This is the first time I'm doing this. So let's see what else comes through. I do see an image of like a female spirit coming toward and giving us a hug. So what I would see, this is an invitation to connect with an ancestor. Um because our ancestor is also one of our spirit guides. Well, it depends on, for each of you, you might have a few or just one ancestor in your spirit guides, but the chance for it to happen is low. We do have a lot of spirit guides, and a lot of them is coming from our own ancestry line. And um, I do see that tuning into the warmth, the guidance, and the love of our ancestor can really support um, our recovery journey. Um, because to be honest, if they are our spirit guides, they know why things end up the way that they did, right? They know why we on a soul level have to go through these lessons, to go through these grief. So for sure, tuning into the guidance, by dropping into a meditation state and asking your ancestor to hold you, or give you a message, or to support you through grieving your loved one, or for my case, my partner, is, I think it's going to be an interesting thing to try, right? Because your spirit guide will always help you energetically. Like, you can always ask them to give you an energy boost, or to give you some healing frequencies filled into your auric field, only if you ask, right? And when you get in touch with your ancestor, in contact, then they can answer any kind of questions that you're curious about. So I think it will bring a lot of insights and wisdom for us. Okay, so that's that. What comes through as a second tip is move through the grief, go straight into the pain. Um, I almost feel like we are walking through a portal, and this portal is a portal of grief, and it is, for sure, it is painful, but we can only go through the storm and pass the initiation and pass the test by facing it and going straight to it, right? So allow yourself to release the resistance to change that is going to happen in your life without your loved one, without the person that you're grieving, and allow ourselves to really surrender to the emotions that we have, because our emotions always speak truth. It always speaks to the truth about how we feel of that person, and irrespective of how much we judge it, we think that it's wrong. We think that, oh, I should have gotten over them already, or it's been a long time. Why do I still feel like this? So these kind of judgment creates resistance for us to heal, and it creates the resistance between us and the part of us that is grieving, right? So it really slow down the process of integration, of healing, because healing comes when we come closer and merge and become one with the part of us that is wanting to be healed. So that is how we come home to ourselves. And by resisting the pain, we're actually just delaying the process of grief recovery, right? So, and I know that feeling emotion, especially intense one, and especially when you're going through tough ones, are going to be extremely hard. It's not easy to just sit here and just process all of these pain. That's why it takes a long time for people to recover from loss and from heartbreak, right? So be gentle with yourself, and know that the transformation is very huge. That's why it takes time, and you're not failing when you need a lot of alone time to regulate, to heal, and be okay with the fact that grief visits you many, many times throughout the period that we're moving through this portal, right? So I hope that you get to be more gentle, more compassion, and we can pick up a lot of lessons coming from this grief. Okay, let's move to the third tip. Third tip, anything spirit guide? Third tip. Ooh, it would be awesome if you can spend time with your pets, if you have pets. But I see a dog because dog gives you that sense of unconditional love and unconditional presence. Boy, when I talk about this, I miss my puppy a lot. I've lost him when I was a child due to a crazy kidnap in my neighborhood. It breaks my heart, and I think I'm still recovering, even though I am like it happened when I was, I think, 7 years old. Now I'm 25, and I'm still grieving through my dog. It means a lot for me to have um a puppy in my life, because they bring a lot of warmth, that brings a lot of love, and they can understand a lot of things about us, even though they don't speak human. But we do feel a lot of empathy coming from the contact we have with the pets, and navigating grief with a very trusted, loyal, and empathic um, company like a dog would be amazing. And I mean, if you have a dog at home, take advantage of it by spending more time with them, spending time talking to them, and sharing how you feel with them, and just be honest, and just allow yourself to express all of the things that you're holding um to them, to the dog. And I know that some dogs, they tend to take on the pain of the owner. When they sense that you are overloaded energetically, emotionally, they tend to take on the pain to support you. And I do believe that we can always communicate with our pets, either the cat or dog, to not take the pain, right? I think when we communicate and help them understand, um I think it won't happen, because I'm very conscious of the fact that pets sometimes they pick up on a pain to help us navigate the path with less intensity, with more ease. But sometimes that pain is too much to bear for the pet. So I just I think that is something to be conscious of. Okay, let's see what is the next tip. Hmm. Ooh, I see an image of a warrior staying on top of a cloud, and he is flying on the sky, and he's um opening up his arm to hold us, as if we are his children, navigating life on earth, on the ground, and he's above, looking down and giving us a warm big hug of care, of support, of I am here for you. um what I feel, what I honestly feel about this is, we can write a letter to the universe. We can write a letter about how we truly feel um, about grief, how hard it is, how intense it is, how weird it is for us as a little human being having to navigate so many things. and just try to, dump all of the things that you want to share with the universe, as if, you know, the higher powers, they are our parents. And from a perspective of a child, you can dump on paper all of the things, all of the questions that you would love to get an answer, right? Because grief can brings up all kind of things inside of you, all kind of conflicting things, possibly, and writing down, uh, uh, writing down and share genuinely um, what you have been experiencing and your burning questions might bring you a lot of insight in the upcoming days, because the universe is always listening. And if you can rely on the higher powers to bring you the insights that on a human level, with our mind, we cannot comprehend, then I think it's going to be a very interesting exercise, because with insights, it can bring you liberation. It can bring you a sense of freedom, right? Because when we're navigating grief, it's easy for us to feel like I'm a victim. This thing happened to me. I really, really don't want to navigate this, but this happened to me and I feel hopeless. But if you can get that higher perspective of how these things are serving you, by really getting the answer intuitively after you write the letter, I think it is going to be very empowering and accelerating this journey. Okay, let's see what else. Anything else, Spirit? Hmm. I see an image of us human beings using our etheric wings, flying above the sky and meet our divine Father above. Um, I would say that it is a message of leaning into the universe once again, leaning into the Father Sky. Um, well, I think every time when we get depressed or when we get hopeless and we have burning questions, usually we tend to find the answer by ourselves, or try to fix ourselves, or trying to get the answer from asking other people opinion. But we don't usually spend much time asking source, asking higher power, like literally just looking at the sky and ask the divine father, the father on the sky, to really hold you as if they are the parents, because they do, right? It's just that they are operating in a form of energy, not in a form of human, but they still are able to give you that father's love and that father's support. So I think that leaning into them by praying, you can set up a prayer in any kind that you want, to pray for the universe, or you can use the word divine father to help you with anything that you wish, to help you get insight, to help you heal, to help you purge the grief. You can do so. You're encouraged to. And just imagine that you are having some kind of a cloud in a meditative state, and you're sitting on top of the cloud, and the cloud lifts you up to the sky. And where you are landing is right next to the Divine Father. In any kind of image you can imagine, right? You can imagine it's as as if he's a god, right? Or just or he's just a cloud, or he can look like a sun or a tree. Any form that you perceive as a father figure that feels safe to you, just do so. Allow yourself to imagine it, because the universe always speaks to us through a lot of forms, a lot of languages, a lot of shapes. So there is no constriction on that front of visualization. And allow yourself to come forward that figure and give them a hug. right? If it's a tree, hug a tree. If it's a cloud, hug a cloud. If it's a father, hug a figure. And just tell them how much support you need from them, how much support you need on a daily basis. Maybe you feel lonely, just ask them, I struggle with this. Can you help me with this? I have this question. Can you bring me some insights? Or I lack this thing in my life. Can you help me bring about this thing? And trust. The biggest thing on navigating this is trust that your prayer is heard and it is on delivery and it is going to be delivered soon. So I hope that that tip is helpful. If you try this out, please let me know. I love visualization. I love meditation. I lean on them a lot of times. Like I spend a lot of time meditating barefoot on the ground and connecting with Mother Gaia. So I love to hear your feedback if you give this a try. Okay. Let's see what else is going to help. And tips for yeah. I would say spend time in nature where you can hear the bird chirping barefoot on the ground and lean on Mother Gaia. Again, working with the love of Mother Earth, right? So spend some time in nature. You already know that it's good for you. I don't think this tip is like a whole new level of newness, but really consider going barefoot and do some kind of prayer to Mother Gaia and really allow her to nurture you by, you know, standing your feet on the ground and imagine all of the things that is suboptimal in your field are going to be washed away and cleansed by an invisible force of the ground is pulling all of these stagnant things, including the grief, the loss, the heartbreak, down into the earth. You just feel how cleanliness and how light you feel after this visualization. You can set the intention by saying, Mother Gaia, please stay with me, please hold me, and wash away all of the things that is suboptimal and draining me. And please heal me with your emerald light, with your emerald love and emerald frequency. And after you cleanse and you feel that your energy is clean, right? Just imagine a stream of emerald light is coming through the soles of your feet and it's streaming up, up, up to your body, and it's going to land on the top of your head and it's going to spread out of your crown right here. So allow that flow of emerald to go into the body, again coming up and stirring out. So that is how you're going to be energized by the earth energies. It's going to be a quick recalibration for your system. I hope that it helps. And in case that you cannot, go outside much to, interact with the trees, going barefoot, so just do visualization in your own office or in your own house and put on some music in the background, bird chirping, bird singing, forest nature music. I think there are a lot on YouTube and it's very easy to find them. And I guarantee it's going to take like 10 or maximum 15 minutes for your system to feel regulated, to feel nourished, and to be back in a state of balance, because grieving is a very taxing it's a very taxing process for your body. So take good care of yourself by giving this a try. I hope you love this tip. I think this is going to be the end. If you have any questions, any feedback, please let me know in a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.